We're joined now by our Oilers reporter, Ryan Rishaug. And Ryan, given what Stan Bowman said today and Connor McDavid's recent comments, what do you think the holdup is in a deal getting done?
Yeah, that's such a great question. Listen, Stan Bowman talked today about trusting Connor and taking him at his word, right? And that McDavid has every intention of wanting to win with the Edmonton Oilers. And I believe that that's true, but I don't think that's the relevant question here. Connor McDavid has been crystal clear that when it comes to the 25-26 season, he has all the confidence in the world in this group. The question is, do you believe you can win with the Edmonton Oilers beyond this season? That's the key question. And saying that he wants to win with this team is different than saying, I believe I can win with this team beyond the 25-26 season. Also said in a recent interview that remains to be seen. So he's got no shortage of confidence about this team this year, their chance to get back to a third straight Stanley Cup final. But where the hesitation likely lies is in what the next few years look like, because those are the years that McDavid is looking at signing over to the Edmonton Oilers. And he has stated that his number one desire is to win. His belief that this organization continues to head in the right direction, continues to build, that they don't regress. It would seem to me all very relevant questions likely in his mind right now.
Absolutely. And McDavid was also adamant that this doesn't have to be a distraction for his team if a deal doesn't get done, in the next week. But Ryan, how realistic is it that in a market that's so passionate about their team?
Yeah. So there's two bubbles, right? There's the Edmonton bubble, which the Oilers are in. And in that Edmonton bubble, it's going to be noisy because people like me and other media people are going to be talking about it. The guys on Overdrive will be mercilessly hammering on McDavid and his situation. And maybe the Leafs one day. We'll keep hearing about all that. It's going to be really loud in the Edmonton and outside bubble. But what McDavid and I think his teammates are really wanting to see here is a bubble around this team that it doesn't necessarily penetrate. Why should it affect how any other player in that locker room plays on a given night, whether McDavid has a contract or not? Why should it affect this team's ability to bounce back from a 4-game losing streak? Because one of us asked the question, hey, is Connor's contract uncertainty becoming a bit of an issue for this group? Is that real? Should that really affect this team's ability to put 2 points on the board on any given night? And Connor McDavid, from what he has said, from what he told me, believes it should not have an effect. So bigger picture bubble, loud. They know that. In their own little team bubble, they're going to do their best to hold out the noise.
Okay, well, I like being in the loud bubble. And Ryan, obviously, McDavid's future, really is going to get the most of the attention. But then there's also Zach Hyman. After he hurt his wrist in last year's playoffs, is there a timeline for his return?
Yeah, he was careful to put any timelines on it. Kind of said if you put a timeline on it, then you don't hit it, and everyone's kind of disappointed and such. So he's not really giving anything away. I'm sure they have one. I'm sure they would love for him to be ready for the start of the regular season. I don't know if they're going to hit that target. Hyman has basically said they're taking it 2 weeks at a time, looking for progress 2 weeks at a time, and then setting new benchmarks. So at this point, he's not saying, I'm sure they've got the start of the regular season targeted. My guess is it's sometime in the first few weeks of the regular season, but we'll see how things go. But no firm timeline for a real important player. And by the way, common winger of Connor McDavid's to start the year, which, by the way, Sarah, opens the door for some young guys that are trying to make a mark at training camp this year.
All right, he is our Oilers reporter, Ryan Rishaug.